Awesome.
Yep.
Now we're recording. Oh, for the love, if I could only remember that. And it's so weird because it doesn't always make me do that.
Yeah.
Just random, any random day. But thanks, guys, for joining in. I'm so excited to see Jacqueline, and I'm glad Amy's on, too, because she can help fill Jacqueline in on all the great things we've learned this weekend and get excited about all the awesome things to come. So first, let's start with the good news. Amy or Jacqueline, do you have any good news to share? Remember, all news is good news.
I had a random $200 order yesterday from somebody that I don't know, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Swim being on the map is a good thing, so.
That's awesome.
I have a recruit in June. Wait, May. We're in May. May?
Well, that's good.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
What else? I had a good little workshop yesterday. It was really little, but it was nice.
Good. I was going to ask you how that went.
Yeah, it was really good. Like I said, it was super little. It was just 2 people, and of course, the people coming to just taste and check it out canceled like the last minute. But sometimes those little ones are good. There was nothing like crazy to come from it, but just was able to really like walk through the app and really help people with everything. So that was good.
Good. Awesome. Good. Well, I'm really excited because I feel like my days are super organized now with my to-do list and not being kind of all over the place with what I need to get done each day. That was probably my biggest takeaway from the retreat. And I feel like over the last 2 days, putting it into action has been really nice and impactful for me personally. So that's my good news. Yeah. And I had so much fun at the retreat. That was such a blast. I loved it. Tired. I slept so hard the last 2 days.
Yeah. I slept very hard Sunday night for sure.
I went to bed at 9:30. Chuck's like, "What? You're going to bed early?" And I'm like, "I'm out. Peace out. I'm just going to bed." And I never woke up until the next morning when Claire rolled over at like 6:20 to like snuggle with me. I thought it was Chuck. I'm like, "Oh, it's my daughter." It was great. So anyways, one of the things I wanted to make sure we did was just kind of highlight some of the takeaways. Hopefully Jacqueline or I can't get anybody's name right today. Julie or Abby pop on. I know Maria Hayden is going straight to the doctor because she has a daughter with white stuff on her tonsils. So doesn't sound very good. So they're on their way to the doctor. But I know Abby was at a doctor appointment, but should be out. And I don't know where Julie is. But
I'll switch to like phone mode when I go pick up Parker.
Okay. But what about you, Amy?
What?
What were some of your biggest takeaways from?
Oh, the big takeaways. I mean, I have to admit that I didn't know if I had a clear understanding of the 3 Ps. So I really do appreciate you posting that yesterday. I mean, I understood that it was 3 priorities.
Right.
It was just kind of trying to, like, I really was hoping somebody would like give an example, and nobody really did when we were at the retreat all over the weekend.
That's kind of how I felt too.
I was glad that you offered it up. And I agree. Like, I sat down this morning and knocked out my 3 things in an hour between, the minute they got on the bus at 7:30, by 8:30, I had done my shake reach outs, done my, hostess coaching, all my things. And it felt good all of a sudden at 8:30 to be like, I've done everything. This feels really good. So,
that's awesome.
But also trying to remember as they roll in, not to feel like I have to answer them right away, because I'm always so bad with that. And then I feel scattered. And I know Jacqueline's talked about that before too. So just making sure that I, keep a schedule versus being all over the place. So, but no, I mean, I'm excited to do the book club, and I kind of skimmed through it a little bit, but excited to read through his stuff. And
that's right. Jacqueline doesn't even know. So Tim, our motivational speaker, wrote a book, and it's a big book, but he basically said it's like 3 books in one, and his publisher is going to make him break it down into 3 books. But for now, we have the whole thing. So we're going to do a book club as a success tribe. And read just a little bit of the book because we know we're all so busy. And I don't think he said didn't have it on Audible yet. So it's something you actually have to read. And he's going to, we're all going to just discuss each chapter and just kind of apply it to our business and things like that. So I think that'll be really, really fun.
But he was going to give Leisha a list of like where to start. Like we weren't going to dive right into chapter 1. He said maybe starting like chapter 11 or something. He had said he was going to give her like the good chapters based on what he had talked to us about this weekend.
Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah. That'll be even better. Sweet.
So we just probably need to keep on Leisha to make sure she remembers to mutually reach out to him and get that. So
right. And I think she bought a couple extra. Yeah. So Jacqueline, you can get the book. It's not expensive. It was like $20. Is
it on Amazon or whatever?
I don't know. It might be on Amazon, but you would get it cheaper through just getting it from Leisha. So she can just pop it in the mail. So that's really nice. He really, really was good. And because we've all had Jen Robinson training, especially you, Jacqueline, have been to 2 Jen Robinson trainings, it would all just really click with you and it's a little bit less sounding so sciencey and so kind of far out there. Not that her stuff was too far out there, but his was just so much easier to understand based on what we already know.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. And what else, Amy? Any other ahas?
Well, and again, just, I came right home and told my children, because in typical fashion, came home, Mia was being shitty and crabby and blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of talked to them about the whole get to mindset versus the have to. And Jacqueline, that was just kind of, a big part of it was, that was the nice thing about him too, is that it wasn't like it wasn't Wildtree based. Like it was kind of, you could walk away. Some women might have totally been taking it in from a personal, which I feel like a lot of it I was taking it in from a personal standpoint. Hi, Abby.
Hi.
And so just a big, early on Friday night was the whole get to attitude of, I have to drive my kids to carpool. I have to go pick up Parker from school. It's I get to go pick up Parker from school because I have a healthy child and all that. And not that that's new information to anybody, but it just, again, to hear it again, just kind of coming home and trying to relate that to my family as well. Yeah. And just reminding them how lucky they are and how lucky we all are. So,
yep. I love that. I think that's probably, I said it so many times over the weekend was, wow, like I just never said, like on days when I don't want to get out of bed and just go to my kids, I don't know, I'm the room mom tomorrow. I don't really want to go wrangle 100 kids and play games with them, but I get to, and there was a time in my life when I was going through fertility problems that like, oh my gosh, if I didn't get to do those things, I would have been the most jealous, upset, angry person in the world. Like, no, I get to go do the kids tomorrow, and that's making it so much more fun for me. And I think even just thinking about some days when I don't want to go to a freezer meal workshop or I don't want to get on the phone with somebody for some reason, it's just like, no, I get to do this. This gets to be my job. Like all I have to do is like share food with people. All I have to do is go to this party and drink some wine. Crying a river. And I only have to do that a few times a month. Like, I get to do the pretty cool thing. So it does put it into perspective for sure.
Yeah.
And then another aha that one of the big things I took away was Jacqueline, he had us spend time on our vision and really trying to crystallize our vision. And I know we've talked about this for gosh, how many years talking about vision, but he had such a good formula for putting it all together so that you could kind of focus on it, hone in on it a little bit better. And Leisha felt like her favorite part was the end where it said, I can leave. What do you want to be known for at the end of your life? And kind of create your vision around that statement. And if that's too broad for you, then he broke it up into like 4 quadrants. So one quadrant was like your body, and that means like your house, like what do you want dream that your house looks like? What do you dream that you eat? What does the perfect body look like for you? Like, how do you feel physically? Like, what would that look like? And then one was like your mind, like if in a perfect world, how would you feed your mind? Is that daily reading? Is it, I'm the type of person that reads 200 a day, like we talked about Jacqueline last night on the phone. Do I listen to podcasts? Do I fill myself up with daily affirmations? Do I have a gratitude journal? And not that you need to do all those things, but those are the things that you would do in an ideal world to take care of your mind. And then another one was like your soul. So what do you envision your soul looking like in an ideal situation, like your heart and soul? How do you want your family to grow up? What are the relationships you want to build? How do you want to be a role model for your family or the world? Just how will you feed your soul? And then the last was spirit. And spirit was the need to leave a legacy. Like, we all know that we're not going to be here forever. And one of the things I trained on was if you were to pass away tomorrow, or if you were to become debilitated where you couldn't do this business or do life anymore, would everything function smoothest without you? And the sign of a good leader is, yes, everyone might be sad, but everything would still function well, and people would have nothing but, great things to say about you and all that kind of stuff. So that's how he taught us how to kind of focus our vision, and how Wildtree can be such a great vehicle for fulfilling that. Whether you do this full-time, part-time, or whatever.
Can I add something on that?
Yeah.
I have my work vision. What I really love, and yes, your work vision is part of your life vision, but I feel like with him having a project, saying what we want to be remembered for, he didn't say what do you want to be remembered for in Wildtree.
Right.
In your life, what do you want to be remembered for? So when I wrote that first, before we did the quadrants, I really loved what I wrote. And then I did the quadrants, and that was work, Wildtree, family, life, everything. Then I looked at my vision that I had previously given to Marie, which was very Wildtree based. Because of Wildtree, things would happen. I love that now he talks about your life vision, your family vision, not just your work vision.
For sure.
Like intertwined. And I feel like the buy-in, the whole picture is so much stronger. It will be able to, I feel like, bring something bigger than the whole picture. The work vision. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I really took. That was different than what I expected. I've always dreaded the vision. You know how I am the last person to do it. Now I'm like excited about it.
Yeah.
I think that's different. Your whole self-life vision. Your family talk about that too. Like, what is your family's vision? Like, he sits down with his wife and talks about that. Like, I have mine, but that might not be my husband's vision.
Right.
You're less about a fancy kitchen and a big ass deck to entertain. He might have other things that are important to him,
Right.
So I love that. I really, really, really like that.
Yeah.
So
I loved that too, because the whole time I was sitting there trying to create mine, I was almost like, I can't even write it all down without talking to Chuck and my girls, because I feel like in order to have that life vision, yes, Wildtree is going to be woven into it, because that's going to be a vehicle for getting the things I want, like recarpet the whole upstairs and, remodel the basement and all the things that are on our list of things to do. But are those the things that we really want, or do we want to travel, or do we want to, send our kids to private school or send our kids to private college? What do we want to do? Because if we have that vision and we're all working towards it, then it makes my job a lot more exciting, because it's not just, another workshop or another new rep or another incentive trip. It's like, yeah, those are all the things that are going to happen in my day-to-day business, but it's all working towards a greater good. because you never want to wake up at one day at the age of 85 and go, what the heck just happened? And did I do what I really wanted to do with my family? And did I use those funds and to do the things we wanted to do? So I love that. I'm glad she brought that up, even though we lost her. So, all right. Another thing I wanted to bring up, or wait, go back, sorry. I don't want to jump ahead. Does anybody have anything else to say about the retreat? I think we lost Abby.
I'm here, but I think because I'm driving, it's not awesome reception on my end, but I'm hearing most of it.
Okay, good. I think we lost Abby, but anything else to add to that, Amy?
Again, just whether ultimately, I mean, work-wise, whether, we end up talking a little bit in the future about the dream big, goal smart, action small aspect, because that was a little more, I feel like that would be a little more work-based. And so if some of the other leaders aren't familiar with, what goal smart means, and how to turn that into, working your business, which then ultimately turns into kind of the 3 Ps, just kind of smaller action steps to make things more attainable.
Yeah. No, I love that. Is it goal smart, action small? Wait, what was it?
It was dream big. So dream big, but then goal smart, which is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. And then from your goals, have action small. So small actions to help reach your goals to then have your bigger dream.
Yeah, I loved that. That was really, really important too. And it's just something that is put into different words, but it's probably something we've all heard before. Always shoot for the big thing, like whatever that big thing is for you. And then you're going to have to break it down into goals. Goal 1, you don't just go, well, I'm going to be a senior executive director. That can be your big goal. But then what are some smaller ways to break that down? And then what are the specific action steps to get those things done? Which I really, really love. And I think that's really something that you need to remember to work with your team members. While all of this was all good for ourselves, I think the big thing in the retreat is remembering how to take this back a notch for the people on your team who are just kind of lagging along or not doing what you want them to do. I think it's important to stop and go back to the beginning. What is their big vision here? And what are their big goals? And they don't have to be our goals, don't have to be their goals. And they may not be ready to go dream that big. They have to have some kind of dream to get started here. So I think it's good for team coaching.
Right.
For sure. But Abby or Amy, do we need to go into the specifics of that, or do you guys have questions on how you would apply that to the business or to your team members? Or Jack, do you have any questions about that?
How everything you do should align with your vision.
I mean, that's kind of like what we were.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that's kind of like what we were talking about yesterday on the phone, Maria. Like how many times do we circle back around with people until, like, with their vision or why they wanted to get started in the first place, until we just like go, okay, I got to go on to the next person. So I mean, I totally want to keep this conversation super positive, but like, man, I can only help people remember their goals so many times until it's like, okay, I'm all done.
Right. No, I think that's such a good point.
Yeah, what did he call those people? He called them swindlers.
Yep.
He called
good,
them,
Abby.
Yeah, look at that. I don't have any notes. Look at that. I have a brain.
He called those people swindlers.
Yeah.
And they're people that just suck your time and energy. And yeah, you have to kind of be okay with letting go of them, and letting them be adults. And, I think as long as you've had the hard conversation, you feel like you've had that conversation of, okay, you said this was your dream or your goal, and you committed to these action items. And when you're ready when you've completed these actions, then I'll circle back around and we'll talk. But until then, like, peace out in so many ways. That's what you'll say is just, until you can complete these actions, then I don't need to have a conversation with you. We don't need a coaching call anymore. And it's hard, and it's like, you can see the potential in them. And I think if you said, I believe in you, I think that you can truly do this. But I do need to see you putting some of action into what you said you were going to do. And until then, we'll discontinue our coaching calls, and then we'll let them go until they come back to you. And it's a tough conversation, but it's one that will help so much.
Yeah, totally. But it keeps it, I like that, how it's organized, like dream big,
Then it's goal smart, and then action small.
Okay.
And goal smart is what you've heard like Sonara say before. It's like, have a time limit on your goal. What else? I forget.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard
smart
it before.
Goals, yeah.
And they have to be attainable, reachable.
Yeah.
Have a time on them and all that stuff. And then they do those little things each day, which really comes down to contact list, hostesses, and team members. So we all know it's not rocket science. It's just people don't want to do anything. And they somehow want money to come into the bank. But those people are out there, and I know recruiting was a huge theme, Jacqueline, of our retreat, and remembering to consistently reach out to people about our opportunity like we've always done. But I think one of the things that I never got to share at the retreat was, and I've talked to you about this yesterday, Jacqueline, we do have a really nice tool for recruiting people, and that's the webinar. It's available 24 hours a day. You can plug people in your funnel into that webinar. So if you meet somebody at a party and you would like to have them on your team, or you meet somebody at a party and they seem somewhat interested in more about what we do, plug them into the webinar. It's pre-recorded. It's Sonara talking. It's not long. It's like 15 minutes. And it is a good place to start for those people. Or if you've got people in the funnel like I do who've been like, I want to sign up, and they haven't signed up. Like, okay, well, watch this. Maybe it's sparking your step. And one thing Kelly Olin has always said is, whenever you send somebody to a webinar, create some kind of urgency. So, okay, I just sent you this quick video about our amazing opportunity. You're going to get an email about it. Watch it when you can. Either you can watch it live or you can watch a recording of it. And I will circle back around to you in 48 hours to see what you thought. And at that time, you get free shipping if you join, or you get half off your kit if you decide to join us. Some kind of urgency to sign up within 48 hours of watching that video. That same goes with the product webinar. If you're pushing people to that, if they are curious about our options, I always say, awesome, I'm going to follow up in 48 hours, and I'm going to give you free shipping off this order if you place it in the app within 48 hours of watching that, because the product webinar tells them exactly what to do and how to order in the app. So it's not hard, and I'm incentivizing them to just do it. There always has to be some kind of sense of urgency when we talk to people, because otherwise we're just circling around and around and spinning and spinning and spinning. So I know, Jacqueline, you had told me you have a lot of people in your funnel, so that could work really to your advantage. Does that make sense, everyone? Does everyone know about the webinars I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. to do.
Did you all talk about being instead of doing?
No, we didn't. Go ahead and share that, Abby.
A huge thing for me, a big aha for me, and I know this deep down, but to really hear it come out of somebody else's mouth, about you need to just be instead of do. And we say yes to so many things that it doesn't feel guilty, or we think we just should do it or to prove something, but we need to just be and be in the moment and not just do. And I am a say yes, overcommitter, all over the place. But instead of being where I want to be, does all the things I'm doing align with my vision? Am I saying yes just to say yes, or is it because it's something I truly believe in and that's part of my vision? And so I've been better about it this year, been more intentional just as a whole. But my cup and my plate is still too full. And so how can I truly be if I'm just doing? So it really is helping me reevaluate as going into summer break, being with my kids when I'm being my kids, and being in my job when I'm doing my job. And he was really great about setting limits. Like, all right, kids, Daddy's got 2 hours of power hour. This is Daddy's job. We cannot chat during this time. We cannot talk. We cannot make any noise. I'm working. And then I will be 100% undivided time. Talking about leaving his phone in the other room. Things we know. But this is a very successful man. And he's like, it works. Because you will learn to respect each other's time so much more, and you won't go to bed with all that guilt of I didn't get this done, I didn't get that done. You're truly being and what you're doing is aligning with your vision. That was a big thing for me. I'm telling myself
he said with the kids too, like they eventually believe in him. Like once they see it, like they know that after those 2 hours, the daddy truly is going to put the phone down and truly be like 100% with them. So they don't bug him because they have faith in him and know that this is all going to work out and be the way he promised it would be. So that's a big part of it too. And again, good point. I mean, totally, as we go into summer break and we're all going to be struggling with the kiddos home here in the next couple of days and how to manage that for sure.
Oh, no, I love that. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I had kind of forgotten that over the last couple of days. But we had talked about Be Do Have with Jen Robinson, but I never understood the way she explained it. I just didn't get it. With him, it like clicked like the biggest light bulb. Like just be 100% into things that you said and committed that you were going to do. And if you commit to doing something, it should always be in line with your vision. So if volunteering at the church really just kind of makes you want to be crabby and upset that day, or gets in the way of getting other things done that are more important to you and in line with your vision, then you should have said no to that volunteer position at the church. I'm just totally making this up. Or if you were volunteering for some position at school and it's getting in the way of your vision, then next year don't volunteer for that position at school. Do something else that does fulfill your vision. Like I know for me, part of my vision with volunteering at my kids' school, I never wanted to volunteer for anything unless it had to do with me being in the classroom or being with my kids. So I always wanted to be on a field trip or go to the party or plan the party because I knew I could be there and I'd be with them. They don't really care if I'm doing anything behind the scenes. They don't see that. All they see is that taking away time from the family, and Wildtree is already doing enough of that. So I can't do more that's taking me away, because that doesn't really fit with my vision of how I want to be involved in the school. But that's completely opposite of what Abby might feel like her vision is, because I know she's PTO president. She does get to go to the school, probably runs into her kids all the time. And she is like known as a big community leader, which has only propelled her business forward. So it just really depends on your vision, your dream, and how that fits in that prosperity circle. And being okay with saying no to things. That was a huge takeaway. And when you're just being you and living your life mission and dream and goal, then all the business is just going to flock to you. But when you're just doing, you're propelling more people away from you, and your family's getting the short end of the stick. And that's awesome.
Great.
Coming into summer, that summer schedule, my kids are going to have to get it talking to.
I think it'll be really exciting to like really just kind of touch base with each other and see like if we're really being strong about setting those parameters and getting that respect and that belief, like Amy was saying. Like I'm bad about it. I'll say I'm going to do it. And I'm like, I stretch it for like 15 more minutes, 10 more minutes. I'm not done yet. You guys were talking. You know, like if I really hold them accountable and I do what I say I'm going to do, they're going to respect it. And I think we'll have a much better summer. If you just say, if I really set it and I do what I'm supposed to do, then they'll do what they're supposed to do. I think so much more.
I think
and
so
putting
too.
that phone down and playing with them and doing some of those games I want to myself for.
It only takes one of the child psychologists said it only takes like 30 minutes of one-on-one.
Come on, Abby, just take them camping. Just take
Yeah.
them camping. You love to play camping. You love to go camping.
They love camping. We camp at the dinner table sometimes. They love
you do?
Yeah, they
I
love
haven't taught it to my kids yet.
I don't even know how to begin to teach it to my kids. So
they're really cute. Your kids are older. They totally get it. My 7-year-old can do it. Yeah,
your kids can get it. They're smart.
It's fun. And you don't tell them we're going to play a game. Just start doing it.
No, it's me. The only one I get is the alphabet one. It took me forever to get the other one, the ones that involved movement and holding things. And so it's me not fully understanding. I know my kids will get it. It's me.
I just can't do it when I'm drinking.
You were so
That's
funny.
what makes it so much better.
I love it.
Or if you're valedictorian.
Oh, God.
Right.
It was so funny. She was cute. I'm proud of her. She was a cutie for coming and being there and not knowing anybody.
She was. She jumped right in.
Yeah. She was cute.
I liked her. She tolerated us. She can do anything.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I know. She's so cute. I need to friend her on Facebook.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that. Just be and then do the things and only do the things that align with you and your family's vision, and start saying no to more stuff. Cut out the other stuff, and you'll find you have so much more time for the more meaningful things.
It's freeing. I mean, I feel a little more joy this year. I know it doesn't sound like I have, but I have said no to a lot of things. And there's a freeingness to it.
There really is.
Yeah. You have more joy in the things you love to do. That you're passionate about.
Yeah, and that's what Tim said. He said, when you do say yes to something and you can't give 100% to it, then don't do it. Now, obviously not 100% like above and beyond your family, but if you can't give it your all and have passion around it, then just don't do it.
Yeah.
So it was a good reminder. And that's such more attractive energy too. And I do think that we're going to have much better summers. I do. I can't wait.
I think we should hold a
conversation. I need to have that conversation like tonight. What else?
I mean, we only have 4 minutes left. Are we trying to talk about Motivational Mondays going forward?
Yeah. Motivational Mondays. Obviously, next Monday is the holiday. So what do you guys think about doing it on the 29th? Just moving it to Tuesday? Trying to get more team members on? I know Abby was going to talk to Crystal and Deb about maybe getting on. And I have some team members that might be able to get on now that we're moving into summer.
See, I mean, for me, I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like as we move into summer, it's going to be harder and harder for me to commit and say, just not knowing what we would be doing. I mean, I know if it's on the calendar, that would make, be one thing. So, but. Yeah,
it'll always be on the calendar, and it'll still be the second and fourth Monday of every month, just not next week because it's not doing it on Memorial Day.
We're going to be at the pool.
Yeah, you can always do these from the pool. If you're at the pool with your family, even in the summer, if this comes up at 2:00, I know if I'm at the pool, I can just do the Zoom right from my phone and do it while I'm at the pool. Or at 2:00, we'll usually be home. I know for us, we would be done with swim team and probably be worn out by then. But, I'll also be on vacation and stuff. But I feel like if we break the schedule, it'll be hard to come back, and I want to create consistency, especially as we bring on new team members, for some place for them to get plugged into, because that's another takeaway from the weekend, is just realizing how important it is to keep people plugged in. You know, the girls that came to the retreat that don't usually come to things, it's just so important to keep people plugged in, and see other reps' faces and connect, and in person and outside and in these calls if they're out of town. So it's a good place to have them come, but I think we need to be very proactive about reminding people to hop on when they can. So what do you guys think? Just try and continue through the summer and see how it goes?
Yeah. I think at least they know they have a place and they can always re-listen to it. But if we fall off for a whole summer, it's not going to be good.
No.
Right. That's fine.
You know, some weeks, there's always going to be at least 2 of us on.
Yeah.
You know, shoot for that. You know, if there's a week that none of us could be on for some weird reason, then that's another story.
Right.
But I think as long as they see, because if they don't see us working and us active, they sure as shit aren't going to do anything.
No.
Yep. True. Good points.
Exactly. I agree.
And we don't know who's listening to these when we're not
After
on.
the fact. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so let's do for Tuesday, May 29th at 2 o'clock. We'll just do our Motivation Monday then. I'll let Brooke know. And
I have to get off at 2:30.
we'll do the then we'll do the regular second and fourth Monday of each month going forward for the rest of the summer. And really try and book those tasting parties this summer. I think those are going to be a lot easier. They're almost like a pop-up party. I feel like tastings with the app now are just so much more meaningful and easy to walk people through, and so much easier to book, especially when you tell people, hey, you don't have to lug a cooler, there's no pre-order. And I'm kind of helping Wildtree launch this new thing. It's called blank. Name it whatever the heck you want. It could be margaritas and mealtime solutions. I'm booking these margaritas and mealtime solution parties. We've got these fun Mexican packs. Will you be one of my first